All right, y'all. So for today, you're gonna basically open up. We're gonna be using Tinker, which is a website that combines coding with some other science concepts, with some other math concepts. Today, we're gonna be using this to basically learn and facilitate our brain learning. We'll be creating this model for the next 2 days, really. So I want to give you a little extra time because I know it can be a little tough. Um, for this first day, I'm really not going to provide as much help. This is not a tutorial. I want you to struggle with this and try to figure it out on your own initially. Struggle is okay. Struggling is all right. Um, so you'll go down into the STEM assignment, click on, sorry, I'm dragging it here. Click on that link provided. It's going to ask you to use your school email. So just navigate to that, click on it, and it'll bring you to the website. So this is the teacher dashboard. It looks a little different than what it might look for you. Yours might look somewhat like this. You'll start on an introduction that kind of introduces what we're going to be doing. This brain example is a project that you're going to be creating. So this is going to be the end product, how it should end up looking. The brain, this third activity here, is really us or you building this model using coding. And then quiz is just a 5-question quiz on the brain itself. So you can use the previous video, you can use what you learned through here to take that quiz. This will be a grade here. But like I said, I'm going to give you two days to finish all 4 of these assignments. So navigating through this, you're going to notice it's basically going to take you to this puzzle. It's going to tell you, oh, hey, this is a puzzle for the brain, the different parts of the brain. And then you're going to be able to drag these parts, right? So where does this piece fit? Based on our last video, this is the back of the brain, this is the front of the brain. So if I'm dragging this here, it looks like it should be there. That should be the frontal lobe. Yep, carries out higher mental processes such as thinking and problem solving and things of that sort. This is the back of the brain. Yeah, occipital lobe, visual processing center. Dang, these things really do go quickly. And so on. Here's the cerebellum. Cerebellum, responsible for balance, coordination, and fine motor muscle control. So as you go, it's going to kind of fill out all these different parts of the brain. Some of these are a little more than what we covered. Just notice how this one is just the middle frontal gyrus, so it's just a part of the frontal lobe. So it's just giving you it's just cutting that into different parts. This one as well, see, precentral sulcus. It's just breaking the brain down, doesn't really have much of a function that we're going to worry about. What I want you to focus on, once you go through that, you can click on this link. It's going to take you to the building part of it. If you ever need to reference how it should look like or what things should say, click on this in page 1 of 6. So it's the very first page. This on the left side is your tutorial section. On the right side are basically your characters, your actors, that's what we call them. This middle part is going to be your coding. So if you click on this video, right, it's basically going to take you back to that puzzle we just did, where you can kind of like just double check, okay, what is my final product supposed to look like? What is it supposed to say? So as always, just click on that. You can exit out of it and then go back to working. The tutorial, your steps are going to be on the left side, to kind of click through it. It's going to take you through that. I want you to read this on your own. I'm just showing you how this looks. Like I said before, I want you to struggle and try your best initially on completing this. I want to see what you can do, what you remember, and what these instructions can tell you. Struggling is okay, y'all. So part of this is basically telling you, hey, once you place a certain part of the brain in the right spot, it says, hey, I need to say this, right? This is what basically those pop-ups, what they tell us, like, hey, this part of the brain is about reading, it's about vision. and it's building that with coding. The next step will tell you how to make the parts draggable. And some of these, right, notice how this is in the black box. You can drag them from that black box over. Now you might ask, what if they're not in the black box? Well, if I click on this button here, I get all sorts of my functions and all sorts of my blocks that I can use for the coding. What you can also do, let's say for this one, it says when actor clicked. So I want to find the when actor clicked. Let's say I couldn't drag this over, right? I can go back. So it's the when actor click box. Click on my blocks. I'm going to type it in. When actor click. There you go. Now it pops up. I can drag it in and start building my blocks. Here, I'm going to undo that. So after this, it's not going to let me go to the last part. So this is making each part draggable. So I need to drag these in and follow the instructions in order to complete it and go to the next part. So once I drag it in, it's going to tell me, hey, you need to play it. You need to use this to basically create the next part of it. You need to do this for each of the pieces. I will break this down potentially a little better, but again, I want you to struggle with this, y'all. I really do. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you tomorrow.